Okay, so we were talking about list other day, right? And we discussed about what list is, correct? So we said that list is a collection of multiple variables, multiple members, right? And the members need not be of same data type. It can be of different data types. Even list can be member of list. Then we spoke about how to add two lists together, right? Multiplying a list with a number. But main discussion was around indexing, right? Correct. Yeah. So so we said that in indexing is done by looking at the index value, and in Python, indexing starts from 0. That means the first member is index 0. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. And then you also have backward indexing. That means you have -1, -2 from right to left. That's what we have seen so far. So just to repeat, what is a list? List is a collection. Okay. What is a collection? Collection means it has more than one value. Correct? It's a collection. We say it's a linear collection. That means one dimensional, right? It is all dimensional. We say linear, okay, ordered collection. Ordered means you have that order 0, 1, 2, 3. That's an order, right? So if I say 5, 10, 20, so 5 becomes the first member, and 20 becomes the third member, right? Index 2. So it's an ordered collection. Every member in the list has an order. It's a linear order, and then we say mutable collection. Okay, it's a mutable collection. Mutable collection means the value in a list can be edited, deleted, edited. Okay, we will do next string. Okay, after list we'll do string, and we will see that lists are immutable. Okay, what is immutable? Means you cannot change the order. Okay, so if I have a variable 1 equal to hello, right? And if I say print var1 of 1, let's say. If I say var1 of 1, okay, so you get E, right? Because indexing is exactly same. Okay, I told you in every collection, whether it is string or list, it's same. So you use square bracket, irrespective of the data type of var1, right? So here you have data type of var1 as string. Okay, still you have you use square bracket for indexing, right? Okay, so what I was saying immutable is if I say var1 of 1, let's say I want to replace E with capital E. Okay, and when you run it, okay, you get error. Okay, type string object does not support item assignment. This is called immutable, because strings are immutable. Strings are immutable, but your list is not. Okay, so if I say L1 equal to 5, 15, 25, 35, now if I go and I say L1 of 1, which is 15, right? I'll make it as 20. And now you print L1. When you print L1, you see 15 is changed to 20. Wow. Right? 15 is changed to 20. But here, you cannot change it. Correct? That's why we say it is immutable. But lists are mutable. You can change the member. So that's why we say list is a linear ordered mutable collection. Okay. So we were talking mostly about accessing one single member at a time, right? Now, how do we access more than one member at a time? I want to access 15 and 25 both, member 1 and member 2. Okay, so again, use the same logic that we used for range. Okay, so L1, okay, of, and you give colon, right? So I want first member. Okay, I want first member and second member. So I have to go and say 3 here because I want 2. So I have to go one more than what I want. That's what we did in range as well. So now when you run it 1 comma 3, you see you get 20 comma 25. So colon on the left side, you indicate from where you want to start. On right side, you indicate up to where you want to go, up to, right? Yeah. Okay. And you can have negative, positive. Okay. Let's say I want to have, okay. So what it means, okay, one more thing is, if I do not give any value before colon, it means I want to start from first 0. And if I don't give any value at the end, it means I want to go up to end, last, correct? So left of colon, okay, blank indicate start or 0 index. Similarly, blank on the right indicate, okay, last member, last index. Okay, so when we run this, it is same as running L1, just L1. It'll give you all the values. Now, if I want to get last 2 members, how do I do? Last 2 members of L1. Then I will say L1. Okay. Last 2 member is
2.
So 0, 1, 2. Correct? 2.
2 is to we can
4.
we can
Okay.
also leave it like that.
You can also leave it like that. Yes. That's the next thing I wanted to say. Okay. You can give like this, or you can give L1, 2, colon blank. Okay. What happened? Why is it giving error here? Oh, here I missed it. Okay. So you can give 2 colon 4, you can give 2 colon blank, or you can also give L1 of negative indexing. Okay. Then how do I do with negative indexing? -1, -2, -3, -3. Okay. Just leave it blank, right? So here it is -1, -2, -3, -4. Is it like that?
Like you said that like from right to left.
Correct. So this is your -1. This is your -2.
-3.
So no, but if I need last 2, I have to say -2, right? Not -3. It should be
-2.
See, it is always from low to high. Okay, so -2 to -1 like that. Okay, so you can't go beyond -1, so you'll have to leave it blank. So it is actually -2 to n. This is your -1 sorry, -1 -2. Okay, so you need from here, so it has to be this. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you about accessing continuous member. Okay, and if it is not continuous, you want first, fifth, 10th, then you can say simply this comma, you can use comma, right? But if it is continuous, then you can use colon and get it done. Make sense? Perfect. Okay, so now we will move on to the functions which are associated with list alone. Okay, associated with list alone. Right? So what I'll do, I'll move on to new file. So see, we said that, if you talk about classes, okay, every like what is a class? Basically, class is a combination of variables and functions together. Okay, so when you say list is a class, okay, then you have some functions which are associated only with list. Okay, so how do you know if there is a function associated, or what are the functions associated? So first I need to create an object. So when I say L1 equal to 10, 20, or let me use blank, okay? I'm saying L1 equal to blank. So now when I say type of L1, okay, so we have seen this before, right? So it says that L1 is a object of class list, right? And how do you know all the functions? You simply say L1 dot, and your any ID, intelligent editors like PyCharm or even Jupyter, it will show you the list. So the functions, when it is used without any class, they are called as functions. But functions which are part of a class, independent functions are functions. But functions which are declared as part of class, they are called as methods. So these are all methods. That's why you see M, right? You see append, count, remove, copy, clear, index, extend. These are all methods under list. Methods of list. So we will have to, use these methods to perform analysis. Okay, different kind of work. So it shows append. Let's use first function append. Append is a function, or sorry, it's a method, right? Now we know that function in a class are called methods. It's a method to add members to the list, and it will add at the end. It's a lot ordered collection, right? So you need to also say where will it get added? It will get added at the end. Okay, so when I say print L1, okay, so now append needs to have a value. We need to pass value to append. Which value do you want to add? Right? It says append takes exactly one argument, and we did not give. We gave 0 argument. So what value you want to add? I want to add 10 to it. So you add 10 here. Now when you run it, you see our list L1 has 10. I want to add 20 to it now. L1 dot append, say 20. Okay. Now when you run it, you see 10, 20. Where did 20 get added? In the list at the end. Right? So 20 got added at the end. So when you say append, it will get added
Only
at the end. Exactly. So if I say here 30, okay, 30 will get added at the end. So there is another method, insert. Okay, this also adds, but it needs the position, right? So if I say L1 dot insert, and I say 20 comma 1, or let's say we have already used 20, right? Let's use something else. 40 comma 1. Okay. So let me not give, then you see. See, it says expects 2 argument. Okay, it expects 2 argument. Okay. So first argument is your member, and second argument is your position. So now when you run it, okay. Okay. So what happened? This first is your position. First is the position.
Value.
Right. So if you want to see, okay, if you forget, then you can see here. Python will or PyCharm will show you. See, it says every method will have self. So self you ignore. Okay, self you don't have to worry about because every method will have self. Then you see what is the first value here after self? Index. Okay, so first we have to give index, and second we have to give object, which is the value that you want to add, right? So which value I gave? I gave 20 comma 1, right? Sorry, 40 comma 1 I gave. So does this list have 40 members, 40 positions? No. So it added at the end. Okay. Now if I say here L1 dot insert, and let's say I say add at first position, second value, comma 50. Now when you run it, see at second position you got 50. So this is how you can add the value at a given position. Okay. Now let's say you want to remove some value from the list. We added, so there are two ways to add. Adding at the end,
And
default,
insert between
and insert, okay, at the given position, not between, but a given position. Okay, so this is insert. Now we have something called as remove. Okay, and you have something called as delete, which is your pop. We have two functions, remove and pop. What is the difference between them? Similarly, just like we saw insert, let's see this. L1 dot insert. So see, it takes index and the object. So insert, remove we are doing, right? So remove has value. Okay, that means value to be removed. Right? So it is value to be removed. So let's say I want to remove 25. Do we have 25 here? Should give you error. X not in the list. Remove X, X not in the list. 25 is not in the list. So let's say I give 20. See, 20 is gone. Right? Maybe we can print here.
so it will remove all the temptation values. Yeah.
Okay, good question. So let's do that. Let's try to add two more 20s here. 20, 20. Okay. Now you see what happened? Only the first occurrence is deleted. Okay. Only first occurrence is deleted. Now if I have to remove 20, how many times will I have to run?
3 times.
3 times. So there is an option here. Okay. Okay. So here, if I have to say remove all 20s. So first count. Correct? So number 20 equal to L1 dot count. So count is a method which will tell you how many 20s are there. And see, it takes value. So I say count 20. If I say count 20, this will have 20 in it. Now you run for loop for I in the range num 20. Okay, so I'm going to run L1 dot remove 20. Number of times 20 is in the list. Now, if it is 3, it will run 3 times. If it is 10, it will run 10 times. If it is 0, it will run 0 times. Count will give 0, so loop will not run. So that's how you can repeat the loop to delete all the occurrences. By default, it will delete the first occurrence. It will delete the first occurrence. Okay, first occurrence of the value. Okay, this is about remove. Now you also have pop, right? So what does pop do? L1 dot pop. See, it's looking for index. Okay, so pop looks for to be deleted. So whatever value is at the index, that will be deleted irrespective of the value. Let's say I want to delete 50. So I will say 1 here. So now if I say 1 and you run it, 50 is gone. The value at the second position, right? Index 1 is deleted. So we have seen insert, append, remove, pop, and count. Correct? We also have one more method called index. So it will give you index of the value with, okay, index of the value. I want to see, okay, if let's say this has 100 or not. So how do I check if this is 100 or not? Count, right? I can check count, and if count is more than 0 or greater than equal to 1, that means value is there. Now I want to know the position at which 100 is there. I want to know the position at which 100 is there. Then I will run. Index. Okay. So what I'll do here, let's have 100 here. Purposely we'll add 100. Now when you run it, we have 100. So count, check if 100 is in the list. So I'll say count 100 equal to L1 dot count 100, right? So if count 100 is greater than 0, 100 is in the list, right? Or else print 100 is not in the list. Okay, 100 is in the list. Okay, is in the list, and at position, comma, okay, comma, okay, L1 dot index. Okay, so see here, index, if you see, it has value, start and stop. Value, start and stop. So what does it indicate? You can say index 100. You can give only value. If you give only value, it will check in the entire list. So it says 100 is in the list and at position 0. Okay. But let's say I add one more 100 here. Okay. So I will add L1 dot append 100. So that 100 gets added at the end also. Okay. So okay. Now here I can put, okay, comma 2 comma 10. So I'm saying from second index. So it's going to ignore 0, 1. From third value till 11th value, I want to check if the value is there. So now it will not give me 0. It will give me 4 because I'm ignoring the values at 0. Right? Yeah. So you can check between given position. Is the value between first and 10th? Is between 0 and 5? So you can check that way. So you can give start and stop value to see between that position. Now what I can do, I can say 2 comma 3, or I can even say 1 comma 3. So between 1 and 3, what is the index? Okay, error. No, not 0, error. 100 is not in the list. Right? Because between 1 and 3, it's not there. That's why we should always first check and then you print index or whatever you're doing. Always it's good to check the value. If it is in the list, then only you perform, let's say, remove, or you want to perform index. Okay. Right. Okay. Now I want you to use these 4 values. Which one? Or usually append. Okay. Write a program to read marks of 5 subjects. Okay. And store the values. Okay, write a program to read marks of 5 subjects and store the values. Okay. And display total and average. Okay. Now, why store the values? Because I want you to use list. Try that. And I'll be back in 10-15 minutes. I'll go get my son. So I'm here for 5 minutes. I'll be here for 5 minutes. Okay. So see this. Okay. You will, how do you read marks in 5 subject for I in range, right? And you say 5, correct? And you say M or marks equal to int of input. Enter marks, correct? And then, okay, here you say, you declare, or let's say total equal to 0, you say, right? And then here you come and you say total plus equal to marks. This is how you did it before. Total marks equal to total and average equal to AVG, right? So now when you run it, oops, we did not calculate total because I thought we will just do the total by 5 here. So no, 100 not in the list, right? We have to fix it, correct? Okay, so enter marks. So let's say 5, 5, 5, 5. So 25 and 5, right? But this is what we did earlier. You're not able to save the value. Now what I want you to do is, okay, you create marks as a list, okay? And here you read it as M, and then you say here, marks is your list, right? Marks dot append, and you say M. So what happens? The value that you are reading is not getting saved in marks. You're reading the value in M, and then you're saving to marks, right? So now you have marks here, okay? You need to find sum. Right? Now, how do you do that? So you have a function called sum, and sum of the list, if you do, it will calculate sum of the values in marks. And here you can say sum of marks divided by 5. So now if you run it and you say 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, let's say 25 and average. Okay, so you can apply some. So some function can be applied on marks. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Now, the couple of more things which I want to do before we end the day. Okay, there are other functions. So there is one function called as reverse. Okay, reverse will completely reverse the values that you have in the list. So if I have a value here, I'll say L2 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, or let me do something like this. 1, 2, and then let's say I use here. Okay. So this is your L2. Now if I simply say reverse, okay. Print, I'm going to say reverse. So L2 dot reverse. Sorry, L2, right? L2 dot reverse. So if you run it, this ups. What it does is, okay, this does not return anything. It reverses L2 itself. So now if you print L2, okay, you will see that the values in the list is reversed. Okay. You have something called as sort. So if I do L2 dot sort, okay, and then you say print sort, and now you say L2. Okay. So the values will be sorted. You see 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6 got sorted. So it will sort in increasing order. Okay, we'll sort in increasing order. Now I want to sort it in decreasing order. How will I do it? I can do sort and I can do reverse, right? Or you can do something called as sort and reverse equal to true. Okay, you don't have to apply two functions. Apply one method, and you say true. Yeah, reverse equal to true. So reverse is the parameter that you can pass to the sort. And now you see it is sorted in reverse order. Okay, sorting in decreasing order. Okay, there is one method called clear. Okay, this will delete all the members. If I print L2 here, okay, if I print L2 here, you see it's all empty. There's nothing here. Clear will remove all the values, yes, from the list. Okay. Now there's one important okay, I want to show you here one important property. Okay, so I'm going to say print. Okay, not print, before print. Okay, let's print. Okay, I'm going to say here okay, I'll just do this design. Okay, and now I'm going to say print L2 equal to, just to see the L2 value. Right, before getting clear, L2 value is 654321, correct? Now I'm going to declare second list here, L3, and I say L3 equal to L2. Okay, and I'm going to create another list, L4 equal to L2 dot copy. Okay, so I've created two new lists based on L2. Now let's print L2 here. Okay, so L2, L3, L4. So I'll call this as L2, L3, and L4. L4, L3. Okay, so see, they're exactly same, right? They're exactly same. Now, let me do one thing here. Let me add L2, correct? L2 dot append 77. L3 dot append 88. L4 dot append 99. Okay. Now let's see the values of L3, L4 after doing this. And tell me, what do you notice in this? Do you notice anything different?
L2 like L4 got only 99. L3 and L2 are like a same.
Correct, they like same. So when you do copy, right, it is called deep copy. That means it's like same set of values, but two different names. Okay, and equal to, okay, equal to is like, okay, equal to is like deep copy. Today I'm sleeping mode. Okay, and this is called shallow copy. So this is like your Xerox machine, like photocopy. So what happens the moment you take photocopy, then the second copy will be exactly the same. But after that, there are two different copies, isn't it? If you make any changes to the original copy, will it get reflected in the photocopy? No. So if I add something to L2, okay, or I make changes to L4, they are not impacted. L2 has 77 and L4 got 99. But this is like two names of same list. So if you have two names, I call you by first name or last name, you will still respond to me. That is what deep copy is doing. So if I say take ice cream, then by calling your first name and then calling a second name and say take cake, you'll have both cake and ice cream, isn't it? This is exactly what it is doing here.
If you add much, it will be adding. If you remove much, it will be removing.
Yes, and both will be getting reflected.
Oh, yes.
Okay. If you do to L2, L2 will have it anyways.
And
L3 will also have.
automatically it takes.
Correct. Okay. So these are the properties of list. But before we end, I want to talk about a concept called as stack. Okay. And I want you to implement stack, okay, using list. Assignment, implement stack concept using list. Now, what is stack? Stack is called as first in, first out. First in, first out means the value that you add at the first. See, I told you today I'm not in, today, I don't know, I'm tired or what? Friday, right?
It happens.
So it is first in, last out. Right? So it's like this. Let's say this is a book. And I put, so this is the first book. Okay. Now I put second book. Now I'm putting third book. Right? Now I put fourth book. Right? So what happened? This was the first book. This is second book, third book, fourth book. Now if I take, which one I'll take? Last one. So this is called stack, right? You stack of books, stack of plates, stack of things, right? So in stack, what happens? Whatever you put last, that is the first one to take out. So this is called stack concept. So if I'm adding numbers to the list, so you add the numbers at the end. But when you perform remove, it should always remove from the last. So you have to write a while loop, okay, infinite while loop, and you should have three options in it. Okay, so I'll talk about it. Okay, so using infinite, or what do you call it? We're using true while true, use while true to create a menu with 4 options. Okay, first option would be add to the stack. Then you will have remove from the stack. Then you have print the values from the stack. And fourth is quit. Quit means your loop should end, break basically. Now you create a variable, empty list. Start with a empty list. Start with an empty list. Start with an empty list and perform addition, deletion to the list based on user selection. So if I say add to the list, add to the stack, that's when value should be added to the list. Okay, and whenever you print, it should print you. It should give you the current state. Okay, so with that we will end our session today. We have completed entire thing that is there in the list. Okay, there are a couple of topics which we have to do, but once we do functions, then we'll come back and we'll do it. All right, and the next session when we meet, we'll continue with strings. Okay.